What's up guys, it's Chris here. Now, a question that I get asked a lot in the comments and that I see a lot on groups and forums is the simple question of what shares or investments pay you dividend income monthly. And that is a great question because, as you know, most of us will be getting salaries on a monthly basis and most of our bills are paid monthly. So it makes sense that if you're looking to build your passive income and move yourself closer towards financial retirement, then growing your monthly income can help you reach that goal by either paying off some of your bills each month or by improving your life and maybe one day being able to build a second income large enough to where you never have to work again. So in today's episode, I'll take you through the shares and strategies that you can use to invest your way into receiving monthly dividends and passive income. And at the end of the video, I will show you which of those shares I own. And better than that, I will show you how much I own and in rands and cents, the real life amount that each of them pay me month over month. And to finish off, I will tell you which is my personal favorite that I'm currently buying to grow my passive income. So let's get started. Now, first of all, do you need monthly income? The answer is not necessarily. There are many investments that will pay you dividends once a year or every 6 months or even every 3 months and give some good returns. But what I like about dividends in general is that they give you financial flexibility. So instead of buying a share that you must hold on to for 20 years, dividends give you the option to use that income to pay off debts or to use the money or even to reinvest into other investments as they come up or take advantage of market opportunities, all without having to sell your shares. And I've found my monthly income allows for that extra level of flexibility, and with those monthly dividends I can use them to dollar cost average into my other investments and top up when I think there are good market opportunities. And of course, as I am building towards financial retirement, that monthly income allows me to close that gap of monthly expenses with monthly income. And lastly, investing is very much a mental game, and those frequent returns can sometimes be what you need to stay the course and keep motivated towards your investing goals. So with that said, I'm going to show you the best way that you can invest for monthly dividends from South Africa as well as across the world with my UK and USA portfolio, and along the way I'll show you my personal investments and income for each of them. Now, to kick things off, let's start with the UK side. And the reason I start here is because EasyEquities does not have any options here for monthly income. And that is not to say that there aren't options, because if you use another broker, these are some of the shares and companies that can pay you a UK income monthly. But because EasyEquities is still building up their UK offering here, I don't have any of those options available. Okay, so that was a quick one. Now let's head back home to South Africa. Now, options locally in SA are limited, but there are some options, and the ones that I do have, I am actually getting some amazing returns on. So let's start with companies. Now, in South Africa, I don't know of any companies that pay monthly dividends, and I don't think there is one, but that doesn't mean there aren't options. So the first way to invest for monthly dividends is honestly fascinating, but it's definitely not for everyone, and that is to buy shares in the companies that pay dividends but for every month of the year. And this is an example of a table that does that. So you have the Satrix Property Fund that pays in January, then British American Tobacco that pays in February, Napier Rock Castle in March, Standard Bank in April, and so on for the rest of the months in the year. But I won't spend too much time on this one because honestly there are so many variables and problems that can come from relying on the dividends of companies like this, such as companies reducing or cancelling their dividends, or if they pay late or early or change months or just do badly altogether, not to mention the admin nightmare of trying to build equal stakes and dividends in 6 to 12 different companies, so this is not something I would do. But the next option is way better, and it's one that I personally use in my portfolio, and that is investing in certain South African unit trusts. So right here is a table that I did for an earlier video that lists all of the income-focused ETFs and unit trusts. So let's break it down to include only those that pay monthly. There, now we can see all of our options for monthly income unit trusts. Now, by nature, these unit trusts are built to pay income and have the unit price or the value of your shares not fluctuate too much. So even in a down market, their values are holding steady and should slowly grow over time, along with the dividends to increase over the years. Now there are 5 options here from Discovery, Merchant West, Prescient, Sanlam and SIM, and you can see the dividend percentage, expense ratio, which is how much the fund manager charges you a year in fees, then the 6-month and 1-year growth of the share price. And for me, there was only really 2 that stood out with a good dividend, low fees and decent growth. That was the SIM Enhanced Yield Fund and the Prescient Income Provider. And after my research, honestly, I can recommend both of them. But personally, I have 25,000 Rand invested in the Prescient Income Fund since December 2021. So let's look at the actual real world Rand and cent return that I have made from this. So since December 21, I have made a total of 3,350 Rand in passive income, and even in 2 years of down markets, the fund is slightly up for a profit of about 200 Rand, which I'm happy with. So that is a total return of about 3,500 Rand over 20 months, which is a 14% return, and currently it is paying me 8.2% in dividends a year, which is honestly amazing. And here is the track record of their payments monthly, which is an average lately of 200 Rand a month. So I've been very happy with the investment, and the income it pays monthly I've used to invest elsewhere in my portfolio. So if you're looking for passive income in South Africa, I think either the Prescient or the SIM Fund are great options, and you can find them under the Unit Trust section in EasyEquities. Now, if you're looking for choice and a wide range of options for some great companies to pay you monthly dividends, then this next section is what you've been waiting for. And that is because the USA section on EasyEquities is a treasure trove. And I'll show you the best ones and my favorite pick that I've been buying recently. Now, if you don't know how to invest in the USD market on EasyEquities, I'll link this video that shows you how. But it's very easy, and then you get access to all of these. And here are the US shares that pay you monthly. So as you can see, I put 10 options here, and all of them are available on EasyEquities, and they typically vary between your call option ETFs, broad investment companies, and your real estate investment trusts. And out of these 10, I have invested in 3 of them. Now, not all of them are good investments in my opinion, so I have narrowed them down to 5 options. So let's go through them. First, we have Main Street Capital, which is a business development company, and they essentially invest in debt and equity of businesses and provide them with finance. Their dividend is at 6.9%. They have never reduced their dividend since 2007, and their payments have gone up over 80% since it listed. And over the long term, its share price has grown steadily, so this is a nice option. Now, just remember that dividend percentages will change as the share price changes, so be sure to research any of these companies before you buy to make sure you're still happy with the numbers. Next is Stag Industrial, which is a property company, and of course property companies make sense when you think of paying out monthly income. So Stag owns industrial real estate in the USA, and they pay 4% in dividends and also have good long-term share price growth that you can see in the graph. Then our next property share is EPR Properties, that owns a portfolio of resorts, theatre and other lifestyle type of properties. This company has decent share price growth and a really good dividend payment of 7.7% a year, paid monthly of course. Okay, so the next 2 we're going to talk about together because they are both very similar, and because these are 2 ETFs that I own and actively invest in and that pay me my highest dividends out of all of them. Then I'll show you my favorite one after. So these 2 are the Global X Nasdaq 100 Covered Call and the JP Morgan Equity Premium Income. Now, both of these are ETFs that invest in high dividend companies in the market, but they also trade in something called call options, which is a slightly more complex tool that allows them to make extra profits on fluctuations in the market. Because of that, these investments are able to pay around 10 to 12% dividends a year, around 1% a month, which is great. Now, although my shares in these are slightly up, you can't expect much in terms of share price growth, but in my personal opinion, the size of the dividends outweighs that greatly. Now, I've been slowly dollar cost averaging and adding to these, so it's not easy to give an exact percentage return because my shareholding started small and has slowly grown over time, but I can tell you how much I currently have and how much I've made. So I started investing in August last year, and since then the JP Morgan, I have a current investment of 7,500 Rand and made a total of 431 Rand. Again, this doesn't mean 7.1k will equal this. At my current investment, I will make around 750 Rand a year. and on my Global X I have 7.7k invested, and I have made a total of 548 Rand. But again, on my current investment amount, I should make around 900 Rand a year. So both are great, but currently my Global X is giving a better return if you're looking at just one. And then finally, the last monthly dividend company and my current favorite share that I have made 13 investments in since May is none other than Realty Income. So this is a real estate company that invests in mostly single tenant buildings with a long-term triple net lease. Because of the strategy, they have been able to grow their dividends every single year since 1994 when they listed, including during the 2008 financial crisis and the COVID pandemic, and it has trademarked the phrase the monthly dividend company. So why is this my favorite? Well, because I always look for long-term share price growth and dividend increases, and when you look at its track record of dividends and its share price graph, which looks like this, it definitely meets those criteria. This company pays around 5.5% dividends, which is good but not earth-shattering, but because of the long-term growth potential of share price and dividends, it is top of my list, and I've steadily been growing my stake and my monthly income in Realty Income. Now, one thing you must keep in mind is that as interest rates rise, the share price has been going down, so if you invest here, don't expect short-term price returns. But for me, I see it as an opportunity to keep buying in as it goes down, so I get higher and higher dividend percentages as the shares get cheaper, and when rates come down either this year or the next, I should see the share price continue on its long-term compound growth like we see here. I currently own nearly 10,000 Rand in the share, but with just 2 months that I've been buying, the dividends will only keep up with my purchases in the next couple of months, so it won't be representative. But if you want to join the Casual Cash Club, I post my monthly income from all of my shares that pay at the end of every month, along with portfolio updates, all of my buys and sells, tips and tricks for investing, and some spreadsheets that will help you track your investing journey. So if you want to get access to all of that for just $3, you can join the club in the link below. But guys, that is it for today's video, where we take you through all of the best options where you can invest from EasyEquities to build up your monthly income and start building a second salary through passive income. If you enjoyed this, please click the like button below, and you can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. If you know of any other good monthly income stocks, please share them with all of us in the comments below. But until then, I will see you guys next time, as always, on Casual Cash. Cheers.